Auslan interpreters are taking to the big stage, using sign language at live music concerts to make them more accessible for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Marnie Van Vliet is an Auslan interpreter who's signed some of the biggest artists in the world, including Pink. Well, Marnie Van Vliet joins us in the studio now. Hi, Marnie.
Hello, Ruby. How are you?
Such high energy. Good, thank you.
You do need a lot of energy to be a concert interpreter because you have to relay the music that's on the stage for the deaf and hard of hearing community.
And we just watched you signing at Pink, but now you're preparing for one of your biggest acts yet.
Yes, tomorrow night, Taylor Swift in Sydney. We're ready. Me and my co-interpreter Jen have been prepping and practicing for weeks now. We're so excited to get out there and provide access for the deaf community.
How big is Taylor Swift's deaf fan base?
It's quite big. You'd actually be surprised about how many people love Taylor Swift. I think sometimes people think that deaf people can't enjoy music, but that's not the case, especially when you can provide Auslan interpreters in shows. The deaf section for both Melbourne and Sydney shows sold out within seconds, and we know hundreds of people missed out, and they were so sad, but that just proves the demand is there. So hopefully next Taylor Swift concert, hopefully we can have more Auslan section.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you more about this, the way that deaf and hard of hearing people enjoy music, because I think to people that aren't connected to the community, it can be a bit mysterious to understand the appeal that music has to deaf and hard of hearing people. So how is it that deaf and hard of hearing people enjoy music?
I think the misconception is that there's one way to be deaf. So some people are hard of hearing, so they might have hearing loss in one ear, two ears, all the way up to being profoundly deaf, so having no hearing whatsoever. Some people are born deaf, some people are deaf later in life or lose their hearing later in life. So the spectrum is quite big. So some people may have heard music when they were younger and they want to go to a show when they're older and remember the good old times from when they were younger, all the way up to wanting to go to a concert, experiencing it with their family and friends. The lights, the dancing, the vibration, the atmosphere sometimes is just as fun as listening to the singers. So I think there's a variety of reasons anyone goes to a concert, and it's the same for deaf and hard of hearing.
And how do you go about interpreting lyrics? And is it different to interpreting speech? Do you get to be a little bit more creative with it?
Yeah, it is much more creative. It's much more movement-based as well, because when we use Auslan, Australian Sign Language, we don't only use our hands, we use our facial expressions and our bodies. So with music, we want to not only portray the words the singer is singing, we also want to portray the type of music that's in the background. Is it a rock song? Is it a joyful song? Is it a sad song? So we use our bodies, our movement, our hands all together to show the full meaning of the song.
You must have to spend a lot of time learning lyrics.
Yes, I think my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year is probably top % of the world. I'm constantly listening to whoever's the next performance that I'll be interpreting. I like to Google and research the meaning of lyrics. I like to read the fan Discord. Taylor Swift's fan Discord is perfect for this type of preparation. They really explain the stories behind Taylor's music. But any other artist, I would do the same. I would research, Google, read the lyrics, really truly understand what the artist's intention is of the song. And by the end of it, I'm pretty fluent with the lyrics word for word, yes.
And at these events, you're doing more than just interpreting lyrics as well, aren't you? I mean, you're providing accessibility in other ways when there are announcements made, various goings on at these concerts. Exactly
right. We're there from the start until the finish. We make sure any announcements from the venue are being interpreted, the support act, the main act. A lot of artists like to talk in between to the audience, so we like to make sure that that's completely accessible for our audience. Also, if there's any issues with seating or not knowing where toilets are, anything basic communication, we also just like to help the community as well. So their experience of the concert is just like everyone else who's there, and they feel really comfortable and happy, and they finish just feeling like they had the best night of their lives.
And Marnie, as well as, being watched and appreciated by the deaf and hard of hearing community, you have a whole lot of hearing people in the audience who see you too and appreciate you as well. often you go viral on social media. There's lots of videos of you out there. Do you see that as a positive thing, as like awareness raising about the importance of accessibility and also just promoting Auslan as a language?
I think if we go viral for good reasons, then I'm all for interpreters going viral. I would love a day in the future where people look at us at a concert and go, oh, there's an interpreter, yep, and they keep going about their lives and we don't have to go viral. But I understand why people find it so fascinating. It's such a beautiful language. It's so visual, and to be able to provide that to the deaf community every day, I'm just blessed for the job that I do. But I would love for a day when people go about their day around us and they're like, that's a job, and they keep going, because that's what it is when it comes down to it.
So it's so embedded and commonplace. I hope we get to that point.
I would love that as well.
Marnie Van Vliet, thank you so much for speaking to the ABC News Channel.
Thank you.